You can't give them to the same people that you seen fighting and had to call the police. That makes no sense. You seen them fighting, called the police, and then gave the kids to the same exact people.
So,
And then, hold up, Beth, hold up.
I'm just trying to clarify questions.
Her saying the house was dangerous for us and everything. You can say whatever you need to say out loud, Amy. You don't need to whisper. But what was going on, she took and left our kids in the same house. The same dangerous house with no beds or anything. Where did our kids sleep? Where did our baby girl sleep? They took them from us because they said she didn't have a crib. But she left her in the same house. That makes no sense. How can one person take care of 5 kids? Shalonda and her 3 already. And our baby, we already know for a fact because she told us, the baby slept in the bed with her. And she already got 2 older kids that's older than ours that was there sleep. They sleep in the bed with her. So how's that more safe than them being with us? She put our kids in way more danger than they've ever been in. You leave them in a house that you said was safe. You gave them to different people that you said was safe, but every one of them have a criminal record. Every one of them. And you wanted to get, what about Janila? She went to school and complained about what Ashley was doing to her. We've witnessed Ashley abusing her. And you gave her right back to Ashley because you told Ashley that she had a nice home and you wish you could put all the kids in there and the school judged you as a wrong mother. Ashley told us. Ashley told us every bit of it.
So are you going to let me answer that, or are you going to interrupt?
I wasn't asking you a question.
Let her answer it.
Can I respond to
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
So when I met with you guys, prior to your kids going to their respective family members, because I don't know their names off the top of my head because it's been a long time, you guys were okay with where they went.
No, we wasn't.
Yes.
She showed up afterwards.
Yeah, it was already
they was already
You guys
gone.
Did not, you're right. You did not go till after.
And I told you
said
Jeremiah
you were
did not need to go with Taisha. And I told you that she was going to be mad about it the second she got there. You threatened me and said that Jeremiah had to go or he was going into foster care.
That's not a threat. That's protocol.
That's a
If
threat.
we
That's
can't
a threat.
find-
That's
if
a
we
threat.
can't find an
Okay,
appropriate family
why did I agree
for
with
them
the kids to go to
they
everybody
go
else
to
except for
foster care.
Taisha? She was the only one that I had a problem with. I didn't have a problem with him going with Ashley. I didn't have a problem with him going with Shalonda. But I did tell her I didn't want him to go with Taisha.
And we talked about then one kid.
You
getting
threatened
stuff.
me.
I
That's
did not
what you
threaten
did. That is a threat.
I did not.
How's it not a threat? When you're telling me they're going into foster care, the same day you got the allegations, the same day, how's that not a threat?
I'm telling you, I did not threaten.
I know you threatened me. I don't care what you're trying to tell me. I know that's a
If
threat.
we can't find a family member for a child to go, then the next step is foster care.
And who did?
That's
How did y'all put them in their hands when you seen her throw the car seat? You seen her throw the car seat. Did you hear what they were arguing about? Because you said she was fighting with the next door neighbor.
She was fighting with my brother.
With somebody next door. So what was the argument about?
I didn't ask. That wasn't my concern. That wasn't why I was there.
So why'd you call the police if that wasn't your concern?
Because that's my right to do that.
And why you're trying to act like you don't know Teresa and Ashley? We know you know them. They already told us everything. That's what I'm saying. Your case, she is screwed.
I don't know.
They
them.
told us. Yes, you do know
I know
them.
who they
You've
are.
been you was involved with them. Ashley told us.
Well,
That's what I'm
not
saying.
speaking
Teresa
for
told
her,
us. They
I
know who y'all are. I'm saying you trying to act like you don't know them. Yes, you do.
I know them professionally. I don't know them
Yeah,
personally.
what do you mean by don't know them? I
She
think that's where we're
Teresa does this stuff. Y'all know she does this. She that's why Shalonda was so scared because she done called DHS on Shalonda multiple times. She's called them on her multiple times, and Shalonda's been running back and forth from different states trying to get away from her. Ashley said the same thing.
Okay.
That Teresa called DHS on her all the time.
Well, I think where part of our breakdown is no matter who calls it in.
No, they know Amy. They said they know Amy. That's the thing. It's the difference when you say one thing, well, we done seen her before. They said they know Amy. I'm saying Amy knows it. That's why she's sitting there quietly.
They don't know.
Yeah,
me.
yeah. They don't know you. They don't know you like where you live and all that different stuff, but they know
They
you.
know me where I work.
Yeah, and they know what you do.
I'm an investigator.
Yeah, they know what you do.
Okay.
Because you was comfortable enough to tell Teresa you picked up 14 kids that day.
No.
Yes, you did.
So-
Yes, you did. And then the Monday when you came over to the house, they start asking you about your truck. Well, I put 10,000 miles on that truck going around Burlington doing investigations. Yes, we was right there.
And you know what? We may have had some useless conversations.
You're having conversations basically saying I'm going around picking up people's kids. That was your conversation. That's basically what you were
Okay,
saying.
you can believe that if you want.
That's what you said.
But even no matter what,
you
he
went. You
knew-
picked up 14 kids that day. That's what you said.
You can believe that if you want to.
But that's
But-
what you said. That's what I'm saying.
but
That,
they-
that came out of your mouth.
Everybody watch this. But you knew that she was on the porch with us that day, right? You knew who the reporter was, and she was sitting on the porch,
I'm not
basically
gonna
denying
confirm or
everything.
deny who
But
the
she was
reporter
denying
But
everything.
she told us. We already know who told it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you don't have to tell us. You ain't got to deny it or nothing. We know she did it. The frustrating thing is you. Because you came and you didn't do an investigation. That's the frustrating thing.
Okay, so let me.
That's the
answer you
frustrating
this.
thing. You did nothing that you were supposed to
I only need
do.
a preponderance of evidence, okay?
You- from one person.
I obviously did
Because
enough.
in paperwork, you didn't
where
even
a
say that you
judge-
talked to Taisha, Ashley, or Shalonda. You said you talked to the maternal grandmother. That's all you said in paperwork.
No, my paperwork here, I have all of those listed.
Saying what?
So you.
All
can
of those
read it
listed
just
saying-
as
What page
I
is it?
can.
Okay, what page is it?
You've got me for about 5 more minutes.
Hey, are you working right now?
Yeah,
4.
Where are you working?
Silgan.
At where?
Silgan.
Okay. Do they do any drug testing or anything like
That's
that?
how I got my
That's right,
job.
yeah.
But if drugs
They what?
isn't the.
That's how I
issue.
got my job. I took the drug. That's
So you
how.
have taken drug tests and.
Yeah, and passed it. Mhm.
Drugs
And
are
she
not
had a
the
baby
issue.
and passed it.
What?
Drugs are not
Yeah, I
the
know.
issue. It was the.
But that was one of the things the judge
Well,
had asked
well,
for.
hold
Right.
it now. Wait a minute. We say drugs aren't the issue, but one of the things that everybody's saying these folks should do is
Get an
evaluation.
When my
And-
report, it wasn't the issue. I did not found on.
It wasn't founded either.
Yeah, and the judge threw it out. That's what I'm
and that's
saying.
one of that's one of the problems these folks have is why should we have to get an evaluation when it wasn't founded on that? And you folks don't, didn't find it.
Well, that was kind of why I was getting at, was that you're being asked to do that, but you've already passed it.
And that's what's been prolonging this case the
That'd be
whole
something to
entire
bring up to
time.
court.
Let me ask you this: can we get a copy of that
Yeah,
past
can we get
test?
a copy of
Yeah,
it?
yeah, because it's right there. A chiropractor. That's why I went to the chiropractic office. That's what theirs is. They have us come in. They have us do the drug testing there, and they send it to.
Can we get a copy from the employer? Because then
Yeah.
we'll submit it.
Yeah, yeah. And then she was clean because
Well-
she had her. Nothing. Nobody was called up there.
Did you guys ever get anything from the hospital on her?
They didn't even get a phone
No,
call.
They would have had there would have been an intake.
Yeah, they wouldn't
if
call
they would've-
intake. nothing
If she
more.
was, if she would have been hot for drugs, they would have called you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they would have called the central intake and made a report.
Okay, well, I'd really like to get, and I can't, they won't give it to me, but they might give it to you,
Yeah, I can contact them.
and then we could prove
Yeah,
that,
I'd like
right?
to have it because we put it in our file, we can upload it to the court system.
And then the other thing that they're asking for is a mental health evaluation, correct?
But the judge sent her home from a
Committal.
mandatory
Committal.
for days committal. I'm saying, how does that not matter? The Judge Brown,
What?
she was taken
She had a
that
mental
day.
health committal, she had a mental health committal.
That's
That was
what- that's
part of
where
my
she was that
assessment,
day.
Part of the assessment, that she was.
That's the
getting-
reason
she
why I
was
wasn't there
committed.
when she got
Yes.
there.
Yeah,
I was picking
because
up-
it
Did they order a mental health whole evaluation after you were released from the?
No, she
the-
was released the same day.
Okay.
the same day. That showed you it was a setup. The same
It was
day
to
she
get
was
me out of the
released.
house,
It
so
was
I
to get her
couldn't
out of the
talk
house.
to you.
And her uncle told that we got the recording in my pocket of her uncle telling the entire story from beginning to end about certain questions that she said that she asked that she didn't ask. He didn't even know he was being recorded when we was talking to him. I just started recording because I knew it would help us. I'm saying it's so much stuff that she said that she had talked, just like she said, our son said that we lived in a car in Tennessee. No, he did not. Because our uncle said it. He said somebody else told her. And we find out in paperwork that it was the maternal grandmother. She put that, she said that we lived in a car in Tennessee. He didn't, and then she also put that Damari didn't have good vocabulary skills. So how can he tell you we lived in a car in Tennessee? It makes no sense.
Well, and these are the kind of things to bring up when you have the appeal hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And let the administrative judge make the decision.
You guys have your mental health scheduled, right?
Oh, I'm not doing none of that. You know I'm not doing that stuff.
But what
I'm
if-
just letting y'all know that. I'm not.
What if it comes back clean and we can get rid of this thing?
The mental health? I'm not mental. I'm saying there's
know,
nothing
that's
wrong
what
with
I'm
me.
saying.
I'm not being forced into that because that takes time off of. I already work, so when I come home, I'm not doing all this extra stuff that wasn't founded just because they want to make us do it. That's wrong. The judge was forced to do it. That's the reason why she's doing this. We looked up her case when she was on drugs and drinking, and this is when she was a judge.
But the reasons don't concern
So I'm saying
me
she
so
can't
much as
force us
getting
to do
getting
something.
I'm trying to
No,
get
go
your
ahead.
kids back to you. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, how can I get these people's kids? That's what's clicking through my mind. How can I get these kids back to these people? And I'm thinking, if that test came back and it said there's no concerns here, maybe we go to the judge and these people and say, give these people their kids back. Come on.
And Angel, that's happened before.
Oh, and I already know I know for a fact that our kids ain't gonna be taken away because I know that there's nothing wrong with us. And I've seen the case actually where the judge terminated the parental rights and then they appealed it and then the appellant judge overturned it. And these people was actually on drugs, but they wasn't doing it in front of the kids. Nothing happened to their kids. There wasn't physically abuse or anything, and it got overturned. So that's the last thing on my mind that I'm worried about is them terminating our parental rights because I know if we go to court with the evidence that we have, that they'll overturn it. So I'm not worried about that part. I'm saying my focus is the reason why she came into our lives. She listened to a liar.
And what you're saying is the reason I might be wrong, but what I'm hearing you is that you're believing that her mother, correct, manipulated this whole entire thing.
Yeah, she did.
And
she said it. She even said it the night before
Amy
court.
was a tool in that manipulation.
Yeah. You know, the text messages that I sent Amy that she had for court, I put that in there. That she used you. She used you to do this. That's what I put her. I texted her that.
And
And
that
she,
would be a good thing to bring up to the judge, and let the judge sort it out, see if that's the case. It wouldn't be the first time we have people call things in for other purposes and just.
And see, ain't that the reason why y'all gotta listen to more than one
I'm not saying that's the
person?
case here, but, or not the case, it's just, those things have happened before. And that's why we have a court system that makes the final decision.
and I actually seen two cases. One just happened this past year where a family won $100,000, over $100,000 because of a fraudulent case. I'm saying fraudulent case. Why do you do a fraudulent case? Why do y'all want the kids so bad? I'm saying I can understand people.